In today's video, I will be breaking down my favorite Pokemon of each type. But not only that, but my top favorite few, because there are so many wonderful Pokemon, it is hard to choose. Starting off, I will begin with the basic of basics, the normal type. And my favorite Pokemon should be fairly obvious. I wonder if you could guess what it is. Go figure, Furret is my #1 favorite Pokemon of all time, and it is also my favorite normal type. I also love Sentret, though I didn't always love it, but Eevee, Furfrou, and Fairy Giraffe are also some of my favorite normal types. Moving on, we are going to go to fire types. And here, my favorite fire type of all time is probably Mega Houndoom. I think Mega Houndoom's design exaggerates some of the best features of Houndoom's original design, though my favorite non-Mega Pokemon probably would have to go to Alolan Marowak, Victini, or Raboot. My favorite water type has to be Lantern. I also love its pre-evolution Chinchou, or is it Chinchou? I never know. But I feel like Lantern has a really awesome design and it's so adorable and happy to be there. Some runner-up favorites of water type have to be Palafin and Suicune. Finishing out the starter types, we have Grass, and Grass is Leafeon, who also happens to be my favorite evolution. I just love all the leaves in it, it's so adorable, and honestly, this Pokemon just makes me so happy to look at. I also love Turtwig and Torterra, not Grotle, Grotle's kinda ugly, and I love Lurantis and Fomantis. They also have amazing shinies, and would honestly be my favorite grass type if Leafeon didn't exist. Up next is Bug, and my favorite Bug design has to be Mega Beedrill. I think it is so slick and looks really menacing. My favorite non-Mega has to be Scolipede though. It has a really awesome design and it just looks like a horse that is a bug. I think it's really cool. Slithering and Snom are really high contenders though. For fighting type, without a doubt, it's Phalanx. They are my little Cocoa Puff friends and they are adorable. Definitely one of my favorite Pokemon from Generation 8, with Galarian Zapdos also not being far behind. For the dark, spooky type, it's Xianpao, the newest little noodle polecat that is pretending to be a tiger. I have loved all the Ruinous Quartet, but Xianpao is by far my favorite. Runners-up for this type are Yveltal and the Zoroark and Zoroark line. I just think they're real neat. Next is the Team Sky, the flying type. For the flying type, my favorite Pokemon has to be Corviknight. It is just so cool, and its design and the concept behind this Pokemon is really amazing, though Crobat is not that far behind. And honestly, if not for Corviknight, would be at the top. He's just a perfect little jelly bean. For electric, my favorite is Zeraora. I just think it's really cool and has a really nice design. Though Raikou and Alolan Raichu are also really cool, and I even shiny hunted for an Alolan Raichu for my first playthrough of Ultra Moon. Moving on to Ghost, we have my favorite mythical as well. It's Marshadow. This little fighting guy is so cute, and both its unignited and ignited form when it's fighting look really cool to me. If I had to choose seconds, it would definitely be Decidueye. For ground type, we have my squishy, huggable, lovable son, Clodsire. He just looks like a giant poisonous pillow and I love it so much. Though runner-ups for this type are Rhyhorn and Phanpy, which I always call Phanpy. For the poison type, we have Toxtricity, mainly the low amp form. I think it looks so cool and laid back, and is a really excellent design. I also love its Gigantamax form, but even regular Toxtricity is one of my favorites. For Psychic type, my favorite Pokemon has to be Lunala. It is a really awesome design with bat inspiration and is about the moon. What is there not to like about this box art legendary? And my next favorite Pokemon is you hitting the subscribe button, because if you made it this far into this video, or even like this video, I'm sure you'll like my other videos that I put together. If you don't want to miss them, you better click that subscribe and bell button so you can be notified when I next upload. Anyway, that aside, my next favorite Pokemon for the rock type is Lycanroc. I mean, Rockruff is also adorable, but I love Lycanroc in all of its forms, but mainly the dusk and midday form. The midday form probably being my favorite. It just reminds me of chocolate chip cookies, and I think that's real cool. For the chilly ice type, my favorite Pokemon is Spheal. He's so round and perfect. Though Articuno would be my second favorite ice type. It's an icy bird. It's so beautiful. Steel type is up next, and my favorite Steely boy is Empoleon. It's a really awesome bird type Pokemon with a lot of really unique and cool inspirations. I think it's really awesome. Also, I like Dialga too, but who's counting all the legendaries I like at this point? How do I like so many legendaries? I think it's becoming an issue. Next up we have the fairy type, whose my favorite is Fidough. Fidough and Dachshund are by far my favorite fairy type Pokemon that have ever been introduced, though Xerneas is also pretty neat. Again, we're not counting legendaries at this point. Where are you guys all coming from? And the last type I'm going to end off is the dragon type. The coolest, the most legendary type there is, and my favorite has to be Noivern. Is a really awesome bat dragon. Go figure, I like bats and birds. Though Gumi and Gudra are excellent runner-ups, both the Hisuian and the Kalos form. Though the Kalos form shiny perfectly matches Heal Balls, and that's my favorite Pokeball of all time. So, you know, those are my favorite Pokemons for each type so far. And it's kind of a collection of interesting beasts, isn't it? And a lot of legendary and mythical. I honestly didn't think there would be too much of that, but here I am, looking like an absolute noob with a bunch of modern Pokemon and box art legendaries filling up my favorites. I mean, what can I say? They have really awesome designs. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and comment down below, did you like any Pokemon that I also like? What are some of your favorites? And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye!